Welcome back to Inside San Diego. It is a hot topic that has everybody talking, of course. It's the current housing crisis affecting Americans everywhere. Joining us this morning to talk about choices and available options for homeowners facing foreclosure is Rachel Lamar. She's the author of Mortgage Walkaway Options. Good morning.
Good morning.
Certainly, definitely a hot topic for sure. You have a startling statistics for me, and that is about how many homes right now that are facing this, or people living in homes face this.
Well, the statistics that we have researched say that about 1.5 million homes have gone into foreclosure already or have foreclosed. And the newest statistic that we've read is that 1 in 8 homes will go into foreclosure in the next 5 years.
Wow, that's astounding. If you just think, you just visualize your block and know, count every eighth home, that's how many people are affected by this. The new legislation that should be signed this week by the president that passed over the weekend, how is that going to help people that in a way that they haven't been helped before?
Well, basically the new legislation is going to help people by allowing them to rework their loan with the blessing of their lender. There are several qualifications that they must meet, and once they meet those qualifications, the lender then must agree to reduce the amount of the loan. And what they will do is they'll base it on the current value of the home, and the loan will be 90% of that value.
Okay, that's pretty outstanding, especially for people here in San Diego who have watched the prices of homes climb over a number of 4 or 5 years, almost double.
Correct.
So basically what this legislation does, you say, is it allows the lender to reduce the value of your home so your loan will match the actual value.
Correct, the current market value.
Current market value. Depending, there are some stipulations.
Yes, there are some stipulations. You're going to have to show that, obviously, you're going to be able to pay your loan. It has to be your principal residence. You have to actually live in the home. And there's some other requirements as well. You have to show that 40% of your gross monthly income is spent on your mortgage debt, and a few other qualifications as well.
Okay, there are a few other things, so you want to look at that in detail. But that's going to make a huge difference for a lot of people, because refinancing has been a real problem because of the values of the homes.
Correct. And that is going to probably make refinancing come on as one of the stronger options right now. And there are some other options as well we talk about in our book that can help people facing foreclosure right now as well.
Give us some of the ideas of some of the things that you outline in the book.
Well, basically, our point is that we feel that in order, if you're facing foreclosure or if you feel like you may not be able to make your loan payments in the future, you really need to get educated. If you're not educated, then you're not empowered. So in our book, we discuss various options, and they all have requirements. And we give a lot of links to helpful resources, lender hotlines, credit counseling.
We were talking a little bit earlier about some of the nonprofits that are now working with homeowners to help them. So you'll find some of those resources. This is basically like a resource guide.
It's a great resource guide. And what we found was, we've been watching the housing crisis, and we found that there wasn't really somewhere that a homeowner could go to find all this information in one place and in the privacy of their own home, because a lot of people don't really want to discuss this.
That's another issue too, isn't it? A lot of, you talk about that number 1 in 8, but there's so many people who don't want people to know they use the equities in their equity in their home to buy cars and other luxury items, and they don't want people to know that they're in the middle of this crisis.
Correct.
So this way, it's something where you can get the book, look at it at home. No one, it's private for you.
Right, and you really want to, again, like I said, you really want to know what all the options are to see which ones might work for you before you go ahead and contact your lender. And then we give people advice on how to talk to their lenders, what they need to do, and really help walk them through the process of talking with their lender, getting help, getting counseling, and whatnot.
All right, and also in the book, as you said, there are a lot of different options. There are real estate options, there are short sales, things like that. So do you outline some of that as well?
We do. We outline all the different options, and it really depends. There are some options that will allow you to stay in your home, and if those work for you, obviously that's going to be the #1 priority. If you cannot afford a new mortgage even, there are some other options such as a short sale that would actually benefit you as far as your credit, because foreclosure is really the end-all. If you can do any one of these options, it's best to do that rather than go into foreclosure, because it will really affect your credit.
Well, it's nice to be talking about options at this point.
Yeah.
For so long we weren't. All right, the book, once again, is Mortgage Walkaway Options, and it's a website as well, MortgageWalkawayOptions.com. We'll have a link on our website at KUSI.com, so you can go there for more information. Rachel Lamar, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Still ahead on